Good afternoon. It's meteorologist Michael Fecca. Welcome back to the 2:30 afternoon stream weather and news update that we do here every afternoon at 2:30, Monday through Friday. We start off with a look at our forecast, and then we'll transition over to a look at our news headlines for the afternoon with Jamie and Rob. So stay through the whole thing so you get your fill on both weather and news. But starting off with just the weather headlines, we're looking at mostly sunny skies here this afternoon. A couple of fair weather clouds have bubbled up and even a few spot showers, but most of us are dry and pleasant out there. It is a little bit humid, but summer-like heat continues to build through the end of the work week and even into the beginning of next. And then it looks like we'll have a frontal boundary start to sag in from the north by the middle of next week. That'll bring us our next best chance for some more organized shower and thunderstorm activity. But here's a look at our current temperatures. 89 in Evansville, right around 90 in Henderson, a little bit cooler there in Newburgh at around 79 degrees and 84 out towards Huntingburg. So generally in the 80s to right around 90 degrees right now. And then again, those dew points well up into that stifling category into the upper 60s. So it definitely feels very, very muggy out there. But thankfully, the actual air temperatures aren't as hot. So it doesn't feel that bad out there. But we do have that lone thunderstorm there moving through areas like Warwick County. We've got a couple of lightning strikes just southwest of Dale. We even have a few spot showers now pushing over the Ohio River there through Evansville and into Henderson. That does not have any lightning with it. But we could continue to see another, again, shower or thunderstorm bubble up through the afternoon anywhere in the tri-state. But most of us will stay dry. We'll stay quiet with mostly clear skies overnight tonight, and then headed into Friday, we're going to have another great day. So very similar to today, mostly sunny, seasonably hot and humid with that spot chance of a shower or a thunderstorm developing in the afternoon, but most of us will stay entirely dry. And then we kind of repeat that forecast as we go through the weekend for both Saturday and Sunday. But for the rest of today, we'll warm up another degree or two, staying mostly sunny with calm winds. Tonight, we'll drop down into the upper 60s to around 70 degrees with some patchy areas of fog possibly developing through early tomorrow morning. A lot of the times when we get those dew point temperatures and the air temperatures really, really close, that's when you get fog to develop. And then once that sun rises through the day, we'll see mostly sunny skies through the afternoon on Friday with temperatures climbing back up into the lower 90s. And we'll stay in the low 90s for Saturday and Sunday with mostly sunny skies. Humidity remaining elevated there into the 60s, maybe even lower 70s will make those feels like temperatures climb up into the upper 90s and even lower triple digits. I'll show you what that looks like here in just a moment. But we'll check out our storm chances first, staying relatively dry here through the weekend. So second weekend in a row where we really didn't have to worry about much rain. That's hard to come by here in the tri-state. And then as we get into Tuesday and Wednesday, that's when that cold front or frontal boundary is going to slide through, and that'll bring us our next best chance for showers and storms. So here's what that looks like. Here we are on Sunday, staying dry. This is through Sunday morning, and then staying dry even into Sunday night. Monday, we may see a stray shower, but in terms of anything widespread or super organized, that'll likely wait until at least Tuesday night and then into Wednesday as that frontal boundary starts to cross overhead, and then eventually that will clear out of here by the time we get into next weekend. So hopefully we can stay on this pattern where it rains in the middle of the week but is dry for the weekend. That seems to keep everyone happy. Looking at our precipitation outlook through the middle of the month, the 15th through the 21st, we are expected to remain right around average for our precipitation. In terms of temperature, we are expected to have better chances of remaining above average. So likely not kicking this summer-like heat anytime soon, at least through the month of August. So there's a look at our 7-day temperature trend. Our average high sits around 89 degrees. So we're not majorly above average here, but it is just enough to where you definitely feel it. And especially with that humidity, it does make it feel a lot balmier out there. Our average lows are going to be down into the lower 70s. So again, pretty warm, especially pools overnight. Maybe not feeling as refreshing this weekend as they did last weekend. But here's a look at your dew point trend. We'll stay in that muggy category through Monday, and then it looks like we may even see that humidity get a little bit worse towards the middle and end of next week as that front approaches. Now hopefully we can actually get that front to move through. If we get that front to actually cross over the area, then that will help take down the temperatures and the humidity a little bit. However, if it fizzles out and just kind of remains stagnant over the tri-state, then we just stick around with that humid and hot conditions with daily chances for showers and storms. So that'll be something we'll watch for the end of next week. But in terms of our heat index forecast, I did mention it is going to feel a little bit warmer out there into the upper 90s for today, tomorrow, and then maybe even feeling closer to 100 as we get into Saturday and Sunday. So there's a look at your 7-day forecast here, just to kind of wrap everything up in a little bow. We've got sunshine here through the weekend, maybe a spot shower, but really not expecting much. Better chances for showers and storms arrive Tuesday into Wednesday along the leading edge of that front, and then we'll see temperatures hanging out in the 90s even through the end of next week. So that is all I have here for the forecast. I'm going to hop off the live stream. However, don't go anywhere yet. After the short break, we'll have Jamie and Rob back here to go over your news headlines for the afternoon.
Stay informed on your local news and weather throughout the day by watching the 14 First Alert streaming shows. At 8:30 a.m., get your First Alert forecast to plan the day ahead and catch up on the news that happened overnight with the 14 News Sunrise team. In the afternoon, get the latest headlines, forecasts, and a preview of the stories we're working on with the 14 First Alert streaming show at 2:30. And get an in-depth look at the 14 First Alert forecast so you're ready for the next big thing with the 14 First Alert weather show at 9 p.m. Watch the 14 First Alert streaming show that fits your schedule and works best for you. Streaming on your phone by downloading the 14 News app and the 14 First Alert weather app. On your smart TV by using the 14 News streaming app. And stream anytime on Facebook, YouTube, or on 14news.com. Stay connected and stay informed by watching the 14 First Alert streaming shows on your favorite streaming devices. Live from 14 News, this is a 14 Digital News Desk update.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us for our 2:30 streaming show. I'm Jamie French.
And I'm Robinson Miles. Has been a little while since we've joined you in the afternoon, and I'm hoping you missed us dearly. Of course, a lot going on today, so we'll go ahead and jump right into it. We've got a couple headlines that we're going to review for you, the first of which out of Evansville, where city officials have announced a wheel tax to support road repairs. Officials say next year, the city is expected to lose millions in property tax revenue due to changes in state law.
Yeah, the city says they need to adopt this wheel tax so they can qualify for a guaranteed state funding stream for local roads. Now, this proposed wheel tax would apply when residents renew their registration at the BMV. The city of Evansville announced that it will pursue a wheel tax to provide a stable, dedicated source of funding that goes directly for road and street improvements. So here's sort of a price breakdown. Motorcycles would have to pay $15 per year. Passenger vehicles would be paying $25 per year, and heavy trucks would be $35 per year. City officials estimate that this will raise approximately $2.7 million per year, which is legally restricted to only be used for improvements like street resurfacing, sidewalk upgrades, and curb work. Now, right now, our Gabe Pontonis is talking to some city council members and city officials. He is going to have more on this story and what those Evansville residents can expect tonight on 14 News.
Now, as we pivot to our second headline, this one a little bit less intense, depending on your age or whether or not you work in the school system. Schools in Indiana, of course, have been getting back to school all week long, but today, some of our Kentucky schools had their first day back in the classroom, including those at Owensboro Public Schools. Now, our Leslie Chapman was at Newton Parish Elementary School this morning as students finally returned to the classroom.
Yeah, football players and cheerleaders from Owensboro High School were there to help welcome those younger students back. They were lining the halls, giving them high fives. It was very cute. Newton Parish Elementary School also provided free breakfast for the students just to make sure that they were fueled and ready to go to have a great first day of school. Students and educators both say they are excited to get back. We talked to the principal who said he could hardly sleep last night because he was just ready to get in the halls again and see those kids, you know. So we will give you a look inside on the very first day there at Newton Parish tonight on 14 News.
You know, thinking about that, that is such a smart way to welcome kids back. When you were in elementary school, was there any celebrity who was a bigger deal than high school cheerleaders and football players?
High school cheerleaders and football players were like, oh my goodness, just that's all I ever dreamed of being. Was
Oh,
like when I watched
100%.
those high school cheerleaders, I was like, I want to be just like you.
Plus, that was like peak adulthood.
Oh my goodness, I
Like-
would be starstruck as an elementary student.
100%. Plus, those were grown-ups. Like,
Oh,
they
yeah.
don't look like grown-ups to us now as much, but at the time,
Yeah.
those kids were living.
That's
Oh, that
very
would have been
fun.
the absolute best.
Also, you know you're sleepy on the first day of school and you're rolling, and it's like, hey, free breakfast. Sold. Like, that's awesome.
I wish they did that here.
What a woke. That needs to be a workplace thing as well. Get us fueled for the day.
Honestly, I like to think I'm a delight, but maybe I'd have an even better attitude
Yeah.
if there was more free food around. So, you know,
Absolutely.
something to think about, bosso mine, if you're watching the stream right now.
There we go.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us this afternoon. Of course, we have all of these stories and a whole lot more that we're going to be going through tonight on 14 News at 4, 5, and 6, and then, of course, later on at 10.
All right. Thanks for watching this afternoon. Have a great day.